there, Mr. Phipps. It is a pleasure to be with you
Same
again.
here, same here, my friend.
The pleasure is mine.
Talking with you is always exciting and upbeat, and I know that the guests today are in for a real treat. And I want to start. I know you've been. Tell me a little bit about you, because you've been in the game for quite a while.
I have. I've owned a real estate company. I've originated mortgages, but my real passion is in helping people keep their houses. I'm going to tell you very briefly how this all started for me, and I'm going to keep this short and sweet, but I think it serves to put things in perspective.
Yes.
I am the youngest of 7 children, and when I was 8 years old, my parents bought their first house.
Wow.
And when I turned 18, they had equity. They basically were in a position to be able to offer options to me that they weren't able to offer to my older siblings. And that really makes a difference. I'll give you a good example of the difference that it made. I grew up to be an entrepreneur. And in my professional career, in businesses that I've owned, most of my brothers and sisters, my nieces and nephews, and even my mom has worked for a company that I've owned. And I can remember giving them each a week's pay for a Christmas bonus one year. And they will tell you that the coolest thing is getting a week's pay for a Christmas bonus. But I will tell you they're wrong. The coolest thing is being the baby of the family and having your brothers and sisters and nieces and nephews and even your mom work for your company and be able to give them a week's pay for a Christmas bonus. That is because my parents bought their first house when I was 8 years old.
That's a principle that I'm sure that the audience can accommodate in the thought process. So share with me now how apparently it had a significant impact. The ownership process had a significant impact on your life and as you move forward, your business.
Yep.
So tell me a little bit more about that impact and how that experience translated and could be used by others in the audience to be able to benefit in the same way or similar fashion.
Well, what really happens is, and this is probably the most succinct way I can describe it. Everybody pays a mortgage. The only question is, are you paying your mortgage or somebody else's? And that is absolutely vital. People need to take that to heart. The one thing that I would encourage people to walk away from this show with is a burning desire to either become a homeowner or to continue to be a homeowner, because it is, in my opinion, probably the biggest step up the socioeconomic ladder. People use their houses and to make all kinds of things, favorable things happen for themselves and their families. So I could talk a lot about why owning a house is a good idea, but I think what they're really going to want to hear about is how to keep the one they got if they have one, or how to get one if they don't.
Well, we're going to do both. We're going to point them in a direction how to get one if they don't have one, and if they have one, how to keep it.
Right.
And one of the funnest things about becoming a homeowner is right after you get the home, it seems like all sorts of credit card requests, automobile solicitations start coming, and there's a temptation. So I want to be able to look at why that happens and how it can be managed so that it does not disadvantage or take you out of the money game by inappropriate use or access to those things.
My best advice, the reason that it comes is because those lending organizations look for new homeowners, because I figure new homeowners need things for the house, and they've got to be figuring they're probably pretty creditworthy if they were able to get a house.
Yes.
So yes, they immediately start sending solicitations to those people. And if you ask me how to use it wisely, I'm probably not being a financial counselor isn't what I do, but I can share this idea. If somebody gets a credit card and uses it and pays it off before it becomes due, they won't pay any interest. And then you're actually using the credit card company's money for free.
But
it makes them unhappy, but it really does wonders for your credit.
Usually when I ask that question, how to use it wisely, some of the folks that we talk to say there's no really wise use, because if you use it, you get stuck with it. But if you can use it in a way that you manage it, as you just suggested, using their money for a short period of time and paying it off, the challenge is being able to maintain that discipline to use it and pay it off.
Mm-hmm. You're right about that.
Now, looking at housing. Now, the economy, as it relates to housing, has been in turmoil for some time, and now that turmoil seems to be subsiding, and things seem to be moving again. that creates.